Moale dina namona ibo mui hai. Deputy Speaker of the National Parliament, Honorable Heidi Ganassi, Ministers of State, Members of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, guests in attendance, all our school children, all our citizens of our country, the Girl Guides and the Boy Scouts, my fellow countrymen, women and children, our residents, our friends of Papua New Guinea. I extend to you all my sincere greetings, best wishes on this historical special day in our nation's annual calendar. It is our national day today, and as head of our government, I am proud to celebrate our 37th independence anniversary with you. Today, 37 years on, we proudly observe and celebrate the achievement of our nation's political independence on the 16th of September 1975. In doing so today, I pay the highest tributes to our nation's founding fathers and mothers who made this dream of building a nation for all of us become a reality. Today, I also pay special tribute and gratitude to our nation's founding leaders in gaining the independence for us. I say thank you on your behalf, young and old, to our nation's founding Prime Minister, Grand Chief Sir Michael Somare, for his lengthy, active and loyal political service to our country. I pay also to our other founding fathers, among many, the Governor and Chief Sir Julius Chan of New Ireland, the President and Chief John Momas of the Autonomous Region of Bougainville, pioneer and women parliamentary leaders like Dame Josephine Abijah, statesmen like Sir John Kapanen, who are among many leading lights of their time. I also pay tribute to all our former prime ministers, governor generals, opposition leaders, and other leaders for their respective contribution in the evolution of our nation. These great early leaders of the modern Papua New Guinea all did well for us to unite our people and to lay the foundations of a vibrant democracy. I say thank you to you all. On this occasion, as Papua New Guineans, we must reflect on where we came from 37 years ago to where we are today and where we are heading as a nation in the years ahead. We have a growing and evolving nation that is fast asserting itself as a leading developing economy in the Asia-Pacific region. While the industrial nations are facing serious economic and financial crisis, our nation is respected by many as a growing developing country. Our national growth has averaged 8% over the past 10 years and recorded 11% in 2011, and with a further forecast of a 10% growth this year. As a nation, we have done well, but not enough to underpin and sustain a quality education, good basic health care, and a marked reduction in many of our social and poverty indicators. Everywhere throughout the country, we see overwhelming evidence of decline of basic services. Infrastructures like roads, airports, seaports, hospitals, schools, provincial and district administrative centers. Law and order management and enforcement has also become ineffective and inefficient in the face of growing population and the fast-paced development and economic growth of our country. We have a great deal to do, especially in working together to delivering expected goods and services for our people and for our nation. I am confident, and I believe we can achieve this if we all work together. The economic, political, and social building blocks of our government has begun putting in place with the foundation, which will form the foundations upon which our nation will prosper and grow in the coming years. Growing in the nation's future happiness, health, and wealth will be achieved through an educated and healthy population, improved modern infrastructures, and strengthening of the law and order enforcement. We can repair, we can renovate and maintain our existing infrastructures, hand in hand with the construction of new roads, bridges, hospitals, schools by better management and planning of our resources. Yes, we can do better, and our government is already starting. We will move swiftly in lifting agricultural development for food security, increase investment and trade opportunities, and improve delivery of social services to our people. Our nation's success and failures can be measured by many different yardsticks. I prefer our nation's success and our government's leadership performance to be measured and calculated on the basis of our failures and of our achievements. We have a good government in office now, and we can do better than ever before. But our critics continue to look at us negatively. They insist on writing our nation off as one without hope and one without a future. Even though these critics are our own citizens, they continue to look for excuses to talk us down for their own political and selfish gain. They talk negatively without giving any solutions. This is a kind of politics and leadership that continues to let our people down and our country down. Our government does not and will not subscribe to such negative and meaningless views from the doomsayers. Our leaders, only leaders without ability, without vision and experience will yell and scream. Those who know the job will shut up and get on with the job. As government, we know our job. We have the most experienced cabinet since 1975. That is why our government will talk less and deliver more. There is an old saying in my village which nicely describes loudmouths and non-achievers. That is, the person who beats his chest and yells the loudest never kills a pig. That is why a lot of critics of our government and our nation are good for. I see us as a nation of people that has moved along in leaps and bounds in the last 37 years. Sometimes not so smoothly, but slowly moving in the right direction towards prosperity. We have advanced as a nation with some success, many failures, and some missed opportunities in all aspects of our nation's development. I see us as a nation of people that can do better for ourselves in terms of lifting our own and our nation's economic, political, and social development. Our government is a government of inclusiveness, reconciliation, and strong leadership that is capable of producing productivity for our people and our nation. We are a government that is committed to making positive changes and will improve the lives of our people. We can only look at our nation's past failures as painful lessons that must not be repeated. We must now pick up the broken pieces left along the way in the last 37 years and reconstruct them. We must do better by building a brighter future. We must also embrace the missed opportunities of the past and use that experience to making sure that gainful opportunities must never again slip through our fingers. An important aspect of our nation's progress that we all must accept and celebrate in the 37th year of our national independence is the celebration and recognition of our women's rightful place as equal partners in nation building. The election of 3 women leaders to Parliament is an extremely welcome development and a step forward for our female population. My own election as Prime Minister further sees the change of leadership guard from our founding fathers to the next generation. Yes, our people have a new sense of hope for our country and their families under the new leadership. Our government also has high hopes for the delivery of the best possible results for our nation's development and for our people's well-being. Our people and the international community all say we have one of the naturally wealthiest nations on earth. We have a population that is culturally diverse, yet we have remained tolerant and resilient in the face of economic and social adversities over the last 37 years. That is very true. But the fact remains that our people remain largely poor in a very wealthy nation. Under the watch of our government, we are starting positive changes to bring about the outcomes that will transform our people's lives to one that will make them economically and socially better off. As I have stated on many occasions, money is not our nation's problem. Rather, money has been always wasted on wrong priorities. We cannot go wrong unless leadership at the national and public service levels is totally incompetent. As a government, we have laid out a simple and achievable plan as building blocks for our nation's development now and the years ahead. These building blocks include that we must educate our people. We must provide better basic health care for our people. We must provide better security for our people. We must provide better infrastructure such as roads, bridges, wharves to build a strong economy. And we must manage our economy better. We can do all these things better than ever before. Our government will not tolerate slackness, will not tolerate corruption, and excuses for not delivering on the commitments our people expect us to deliver. Within the first 3 months of this government, any person, both in politics and in public service, that is not willing to live up to these commitments will have no place in our people's government. Our government is realistic enough to understand, and we commit ourselves to providing an inclusive, transformational leadership that has zero tolerance against corruption at all levels in our country. We have activated the National Task Force Against Corruption to begin the process of merging all our state agencies involved in anti-corruption operations. Task Force Sweep will continue playing its role as our government moves forward to establishing an independent commission against corruption. Also, more importantly, our government is serious about growing our nation's future through prudent and stable economic and political management. That has begun with the delivery of free education for our children, free basic health care to our people, improving infrastructure, including roads and the highways and the seaports. A better telecommunication and energy supply systems will be delivered through a public-private partnership. Our government has wasted no time. We are now working on financial options to delivering our programs within the legal and financial framework within our country. All the transactions that commit our nation's future will be done with the highest degree of transparency. Our government is passionate and committed to involving all capable men and women in the development of our nation. Together in unity, together in ownership, and together in participation, we can transform our nation into one whose population is educated, living improved and happy lives, and participation in the personal and national wealth creation. As the head of your government, I am confident that we can achieve greater prosperity for our people and our nation. And again, our collective dream is for every man, woman, and child to be educated, to be free from the chains of poverty, to become happier and healthier with better opportunities for a better life. I had that dream personally when I was growing up in my village many years ago. Many of us here today had that dream when we were growing up in our own villages throughout the country. We all had that dream 37 years ago. Let us make that dream a reality, but let us do it together. I wish all our people, and of course all our friends, a very happy and memorable 37th Independence Anniversary. Thank you, Badaheria, Ibo Muihai.